Hey there, and welcome to the Middle Child Podcast. If you've decided to listen in, thank you. And if you stumbled upon it, well, get ready. We are two besties manifesting and are here for those on their manifestation journey that are looking for some guidance, inspiration, and business tips with a touch of humor in all things universe. Our goal is to be experts in manifesting investing, with our biggest investment being you. So go grab your manifestie and buckle up, because it's going to be a wild ride.
Hello and welcome to the Middle Child. My name is Jasmine.
My name is Shelly.
And welcome to our episode. So, Shelly, before we get started, I told Shelly, kind of behind the scenes, I was laughing. I'm like, oh my gosh, dude, I got to tell you something, but I'm not going to tell you till we start our podcast. So we know about last podcast mishap with the coffee. If you guys didn't listen to our last podcast, I was trying to multitask and it didn't work. Epic fail. Cooking eggs on the side, and I started my coffee with no cup, and so the coffee just went everywhere. So we had a little chit chat. We do our little podcast prep, and I went to grab a drink. And the Topo Chico exploded everywhere.
How did it explode?
I don't know. From literally getting it from the cabinets to my kitchen counter. And I was like, of course this would. It wouldn't be a podcast.
You have to understand, like, if Jasmine doesn't go somewhere and make a god-awful mess, is she even there? Has she actually shown up?
No. The answer is no. So I don't know if this is a podcast tradition. Before I start, I have to have some sort of mishap with a beverage.
I'm just glad we're remote, if so. Because if this is a tradition, stay your ass there.
I know, right? Note to
don't
self.
jack up my house, okay?
Okay. Note to self, like, I'll never wear white and drink red wine.
Yeah. Ooh, that.
Well, right?
No, you have to even understand. One time we were like, this is way back in the day. We were leaving Walmart. And, like, I think kind of jokingly, Jasmine was carrying the glass. Like, I was joking with Jasmine. She was carrying the glass bottle in a Walmart bag. By the way, double bagged. And I was like, don't drop it and break it now. I shit you not. It falls through two, like, I guess the holes in the bottom of the bag. And it falls and it breaks, but the glass doesn't break. Literally the top, like, rim of the plastic lid does, and it spills everywhere. And it was the last one. Do you remember that? And I was like, you would. And Josh was like, it wasn't me, motherfucker. It was the bag.
You know, every time I go to Walmart or Albertsons or wherever I go, I'm like, yeah, I need a triple bag. I need a triple bag. Right? I am not for the double bag. Triple bag that shit. Anyways, went off on a tangent, but funny side story that I wanted to share with you. But obviously we're here today to talk about vision boards. So we know it's March, but I know in our last podcast we had talked about a couple podcasts back, actually, talking about vision boards. And I myself have seen it come into fruition, which is so crazy. And just a quick little recap on that. I don't know if I told you this, Shell, but last year, December of 2019, I
2020 was last year. We're in 2021.
No, but December 2019, I made
okay.
my vision board for 2020.
Okay.
So I wanted to manifest love. And so I had this vision board singular. It was like a singular focal point that I wanted to really focus in and hone in on. And side story, I had it, facing my bedroom on my wall.
Uh-huh.
And I was just dating my boyfriend at the time. I think it was like our second month of dating. And I had this vision board. And normally when he would come, I had like a little routine where I'm like, all right, he's coming. Let's hide that shit in the closet. Let's go. And
Put my love in the closet.
Put the love in the closet. And so one time I completely forgot. And then he's like, hey, what's this? And it's like a couple holding hands. They're ice skating. And there's like a bride and a groom. And I wanted to die. I was like,
I really love weddings when they
know,
ice
right?
skate afterwards.
I know. And it was like love everywhere. And so I was mortified that he had even seen it. But look where we're at now.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, buddy. We are in love. So anyways, yeah, so we touched on vision boards. And so, Shelly and I had this conversation like, shit, we have not done a vision board yet.
And we totally even talked about it probably a couple episodes ago that like we're gonna do it, blah, 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 and here comes March. So hey, if this is any lesson, guys, to anything in life, it's never too late. If you do your vision board in March, great. If you do it in September, great. Like it's not like your year is dead if you don't do it December the year before, or if you don't do it in January. So it's just it's the same thing. Like when people are like, stop waiting for Monday to go work out. Stop waiting. Start whenever you freaking feel like it. And we just so happen to have felt like it in March.
Amen, sister. So with that said, do you kind of want to, so we both had different approaches this go round. And so there's not a wrong approach. There's not the perfect approach to do it. It's really a matter of sitting down, really thinking about what you want to bring into fruition for the year. What are your dreams? Do you want to bring in a healthier lifestyle? Do you want to drink more water? I'm freaking terrible at drinking water. I feel like I never get thirsty. So, do you want to?
Same. I'm always thirsty, but like I hate water. It's like the worst thing of all time, I know. But I have to like just chug a water bottle to make myself drink it. Anyways,
I know.
That was a side note.
But yeah, I mean, your vision board can be whatever you want to make of it. So, Shelly, I'll let you go first and go into kind of like what
my vision board is about.
Yeah, I was going to say strategy, but not really strategy, but like what inspired you and what gave you some guidance and
Well, no, you said it just right. Even at that, like my strategy. So whenever Jasmine talked about hers, so I've done a vision board before, and I'm pretty sure that I've touched upon this in other podcasts where I genuinely felt like it had to be a little bit of everything. Like, I don't know if it's like #mom guilt or something over here, where if I don't include my children in my vision board, like, does that make me a bad mom? Or if I don't include my husband in it or family or whatever, right? But Jasmine, whenever she said she made one specifically for love, and although all areas of her life are going good, she just really wanted to focus on one, right? So This year I really took her advice, advice / what she did, and I was like, okay, well, this is what I'm going to do. So a lot of mine, and by the way, we'll post some pictures of this up on our Instagram so you guys can kind of see where our vision boards are at. I do mine on a poster board. I have it like tacked up by my bed, whatever. But a lot of mine is obviously 2020 hit everybody hard. Like, I got my real estate license and this and that. And so my focus is I really want to make money. Of course, I love my family. Of course, I want healthy and I want this. And, I just started working out. I can barely sit on the toilet right now. But like, as much as like I want a hot body, but I want the money now to not have to do it in a YouTube video in my living room. Granted, doing it in your living room, watching your children do jumping jacks with you is hilarity. Like it helps you get through it. Anyways, off subject. But, so this year it was really just mainly like money. So I have the real estate stuff. We're trying to do this middle child thing. Like, I want to contribute to bring in money. Obviously, I love being home with my kids, and I would like the flexibility of doing the middle child plus the real estate stuff, and and to be a participant whenever it comes to bringing in a lot of money, right? So some key points on mine I wanted to point out personally how I did it. So last year I had a little section that was devoted to money / real estate stuff. So you know what I did? I totally cut out my last year's one, parts of it, and I totally glued it on this year because I realized that, sometimes like you can manifest something and it doesn't just take a year. It's not like, oh, just give up because it didn't happen in a year. So I literally cut out certain parts of it and put it on my new board. And I added other stuff. Like I added new pictures. There is some space and some room for more because, as new magazines or as new pictures or new whatever come in, I'd like to be able to add some to it. I threw in a little bit of flowers because I'm totally new at gardening and I love it too. It's like my background, but all my flowers died in this damn Texas freeze. I had like 3 that didn't. So anyways, I'm just,
You didn't put them inside?
Dude, they're in a greenhouse. So literally, I had the heater on the whole time. And granted, this is when we were stuck in Sedona, or like I was stuck, and like being sent all over the place. And like, I'm not about to get better right now, but I gotta tone back. This is manifesting. This is love. This is great. But David told me that the last day of like the really bad freeze, when it was like so crazy, he had to unplug my heater that was in my greenhouse the last day because the snow was getting up to the electrical. And he was like, look, like, and he was working. I had an entire family over at my house, and he was like, look, we couldn't chance that if it, although it's the outdoor plug and stuff like that, but that's stupid. That would be like me being like, oh, let's go throw water on the plug. Let's see if it actually works. Let's see if it does burn my house down. So literally the last day he undid it, all my plants died. And you all have to understand, like, I put love into those things. We could just have a podcast on fucking plants. And anyways, yeah, it's kind of littered in the background to be like, because it's like my new little fun side project. They're like my little children. I genuinely wanted to cry when they died. And one of them did come back from the dead, and I almost cried. Shit you not. I almost cried when I saw.
Oh, are you serious?
Dude, I put so much love and heart into those. Like it's like, for what? It just gives me pleasure and joy to walk outside whenever it is nice and sunny. And, it makes me happy. Anyways, it makes me happy when we were stuck in our houses for an entire freaking year almost. Like,
I know.
To walk outside and find something that just literally brought me like inner joy. Wow, off on a tangent. Anywho, just letting you know, I got a couple flowers back there, not just for looks, but because it's like I want my green thumb to get a little greener. But like I said, I had a little bit from last year. A lot of mine, too, are quotes. I've always been a huge quote person. I actually have, like, this little binder that I've told all my friends that I'm like, if I ever died, please burn it, because it was, like, back in the day stuff. Like, I had all these quotes and, like, love stuff. And I just love, like, quotes make me feel good. They, like, lift me up, right? And so I'd like to, even if I have to reread them every day, every morning, let's see. There was one that very specifically, it's funny because it was in one of the magazines that we did, because I did my vision board with my stepmom, my sister, and my niece. Mm-hmm. And
I love it.
And it was fun. So, of course, it was like a little gathering together, and we all were cutting out pictures. We didn't have a whole bunch of magazines, but I tried to go buy a magazine. It was $15. And I don't care if I make billions of dollars. I'm not spending $15 on a magazine. I will not.
No.
But anywho, but she literally saw I had cut out a picture of these flowers, and she sent it to me like in an Instagram post like that. There was like a little quote that came with it, and I didn't see it. So I went back through the magazines and found it, and like even put it on there. So like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, I wish I could read it. I have it on my phone. It says, I'll read it to you one day. Anyways. And then I just want to touch on one more point about mine is that, so I knew that the big thing, I wanted to do the real estate, and I wanted to make more money, and I want this middle child to, of course, like, we would like to make money off of this, but like we've said, we want to invest. What we make, we'd like to reinvest back into people who believe in this dream and stuff like we do. And I wasn't completely done with it. So I even thought to myself, I'm like, man, I just wish I had more pictures of like a house or like money or something to really like actual pictures. But I'll go ahead and hang it up. And, that's what I really want. I got a realtor magazine in the day. It said something, it's like how to deal with multiple offers. And there are literal pictures of people holding $100 bills, like all littered all over the magazine. And it's probably only like 10 pages big, right? It's not. And then there's this big ass beautiful house. And I was like, did I manifest this? Like, you know how we talked about doing it subconsciously? I was like, I totally did. So there's a little bit of room for more because, you know, your dreams and aspirations and things change, or I find another quote. But, you know, it's just got a little bit of stuff that I look at every morning, and it freaking lights me up, man. I'm lit when I wake up in the morning. Anyways, Jasmine, tell us about yours.
She lit.
Y'all will see it, so you'll understand. Like, I could go into every little bit and picture and like explain it to you, but you'll never understand my own personal one. But it's just kind of what my thought process is, and then, you know, kind of see how I do it, and then when you see Jasmine's, you'll see how she does it, and then just adhere to what you want. All right, tell us about yours, Jazz.
Yeah, no, there's so many different approaches, and like I said, there's no right or wrong way to do it. On a side note, did you know that Arnold Schwarzenegger, I feel like I can't even say his name, Arnold Schwarzenegger would do vision boards too when he was in the process of bodybuilding. He would he would put up pictures of bodybuilders that he wanted to emulate.
I had no idea.
Yeah, it's crazy. So
I think there's other celebrities who've said that, like I've like Billie Eilish, right?
Eilish, yeah.
Like, my niece is obsessed with her. So Billie, if you ever listen, hit me up. My niece would die. I'd be the coolest aunt of all time. But she literally had like all these pictures of Justin Bieber all over the place. I think A, because she was in love with him, and B, because she was like, she wanted to be famous and a singer and stuff like that too. And anyways, I just put them up. I just used to put up pictures because they were hot. Sorry, but if I'd have only known back in the day. Anywho, sorry.
Y'all, one day we will turn the video on. We're still learning, but behind the scenes, y'all should have seen her face right now. It was so ridiculous.
It was so beautiful. We can't show you.
Oh my gosh. Yes, exactly. You are so beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to segue into quotes. So I actually am so, I love quotes. I absolutely love quotes. And I feel you stumble upon the ones that you need to read at that particular time.
Mm-hmm.
And so while I was creating my vision board, so I did a completely different strategy. So I wanted, you know, essentially like, heck yeah, I check marked that off the list. I got my boo-boo. I got my love. So now what else? Like, I had to really sit down and think of what I wanted. And of course, you know, I wanted some balance. I wanted to love my job. You know, so there was just so many things. So I actually kind of broke it up into different categories. And every single vision board that I've done, I've look through magazines, and so I had an idea of what I was searching for, but you know, I would stop and look if a picture really spoke to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so this go around, with Shelly, I was, you know, trying to look for magazines, and nothing was really catching my attention, and it was like $12.99. I'm like, I'm at Family Dollar, I'm like, or Dollar General, and I'm like, I know it
you're
says
like
$12.99, but can you ring it up to make sure what the price is?
Did she really do that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not in that's what I was thinking, but I was just like, can you just ring this up?
We're at Family Dollar. That's way more than $1.
No, it was Dollar General.
Or Dollar General.
My bad.
That's
way
more than $1. That's like way more than a general dollar.
Well, yeah, because you look on the.
Can I speak to the manager?
I know, right? I'm like, this is an error. No, but so anyways, I just wasn't feeling anything that I was looking through. I had spent 30 minutes maybe just sifting through magazines at Dollar General that were $12.99. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do things a little different. Why not? I'm actually just going to go on the internet. I'm just going to go online and just pick the pictures specifically.
Yeah.
Just kind of, so I was in the process of doing that, and I just felt all over the place. I was like, I want health. I want wealth, you know? So I had to kind of dial it back. I had to take it, back a few steps. And so what really helped me this go around, because I mean, really, you have access to everything online, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, there's just so many options, a plethora of options. And so what I really had to do is kind of dial it back, take a few steps back, and actually really brainstorm.
Mm-hmm.
And I sectioned it off: health, wealth. Um,
So instead of doing like what you did in 2019 for 2020, like
yeah,
this year you've been a tad more balanced in your everyday life. You just really wanted to enhance each subject individually, right?
exactly.
Okay.
Enhance it. Yep.
See,
So
I
there's
did
just
mine out of like I felt like I had to do it that way,
uh-huh.
but this year, instead, you don't feel like you have to do it that way. You were just trying to find more of a balance in what you want, right? It was a matter of okay.
Exactly. Exactly. So I love quotes. I have an
Mm-hmm.
I am app that literally gives me affirmations maybe 4 or 5 times a day, and I freaking love it. And so as I'm just kind of digging through, like looking online, trying to pick my pictures, I brainstormed, and I just got to just put all of my thoughts. I was typing up everything, and it helped give me more structure, and it helped give me more direction on what kind of images I was looking for versus just kind of going in and just googling stuff and just picking up whatever. So I highly recommend that you brainstorm and just be alone with your thoughts, and really start to reflect on what you really want.
Yeah.
What is a big focus. And so I stumbled upon this quote as I was building my vision board, and I thought it was so powerful. So, Jim Ron, I will mention him time and time again. He is freaking amazing. So, his quote is: "You have two choices. You can make a living, or you can design a life."
Right.
And it was like, like, oh my gosh, like
So is that what you would say
during
you like centered your after you read that? You're like, oh, this is it. I'm centering my not just that quote particularly, but you're like, got it. Here comes my vision board.
oh, for sure. And with every image that I picked, I was like, I am designing my life.
Yes.
Like, I'm telling you, quotes will appear when you really need to see them at the right time. And like that, to me, I was like mind blown, and I just was on fire. So, mind you, the night before, I'm like, ugh, I don't like any magazine. This says $12.99 at Dollar General. Nothing's speaking to me. And it was when I stumbled upon that quote that it just game on.
It's
I
like,
was like,
just to clarify real quick. I want to make a lot of money. I want to do all this. Like I want to. And I want to do a lot of good with my money. And I know that the people put this money out and like make these magazines, but I'm like, there's part of me that could never pay $12 for a magazine.
I know.
I just don't know.
No.
I could win $1 million tomorrow and somebody could be like, this magazine's $15. And I could be like, yeah, where's the clearance rack on magazines, please?
Seriously.
I think it's just in my blood on that end. I'm just like, I have no idea why. Anyways, sorry. Off subject. Back on.
You're really into like whispering into the microphone.
Well,
It's kind of fun.
Well, after the crazy like echo that we got last time, I'm trying to be very like conscientious because I think that my gamer headphones freaking what's the word? They I don't know, whatever they did. They made a bunch of, you could hear Jasmine talking through the microphone. Like they backfired on me. My gamer headphones work for gaming, but not for podcasting.
Not for streaming.
So yeah. So when Jasmine's talking, I'm like trying to like come all the way back. But then when I really want to say something, I want to whisper in. Anyway, sorry. back to what you were saying.
Anyways, where was I at? Yeah, so I sectioned my vision board into just different areas that, I have my job, the podcast, different so I essentially sectioned it off, and I really focus on affirmations. The I am. I put success, beautiful, a badass, I'm smart. So, look, COVID, we bring up the pandemic, right? But I am so blessed to still have a job, have a roof under my, roof under me. But there's
Roof
something.
over your head.
Oh, duh.
But you
Like,
live in an
seriously,
apartment, so
yeah.
technically you have a roof under you because you're on the second floor. So
You know
wow.
what? I was like roof under me. I'm like, why doesn't that?
I'm so glad I
blow?
live on a roof. Technically you do. You live on someone's roof.
Hey, technically, I'm on the second floor, y'all. So
Yeah.
I got a roof under me, roof over me. Correction. Thank you,
I
Shelly.
got a roof
But
under
no.
me and over me. How many of y'all can say that?
Y'all, I'm being sandwiched by roofs right now. Okay.
Terrible
Anyways,
joke.
stop. We're going way too off of subject, off on a tangent.
On a tangent.
Anyway,
It's because this time we've had 2 drinks.
golly, can y'all tell the difference? Okay. Anyways, so a roof over my head. Correction. So blessed, but there's something about the psyche of getting ready, going to your job, opening up your office and just ready to conquer the day. Whereas I'm like freaking rolling out of bed, starting my day early because I'm in management. So you gotta, you work all day, air day. But instead
Did you
of.
hear what she just dropped? Management.
So
yeah, buddy.
So it's no longer slacks, a cute little skirt, a button up, looking professional. Let's do this. It's okay. I'm rolling out of bed. I have a messy side bun, but I'm ready to do this. But there's just something about, I'm in sales. I love people. I love meeting people. That's what I feed off of on. And so when that was kind of, different environment. Now I'm working from home, chilling with my cat, 8 hours a day, and not getting
And
ready.
he doesn't do shit.
I know he's
He
a lazy ass,
useless.
right? I'm having that conversation with him, but so it takes a toll on you when you get ready and you look on point, like you feel good. You're like, damn, I look good. But, when you're in yoga pants, messy bun every single day, it starts to take a toll on you. I'm getting gray hairs over here. So what I really focused on was affirmations because guess what? I'm a bad ass bitch. And
Yes,
I
you
need to
are.
thank you. I need to remind myself of that. Like I need to remind myself of I worked hard to be where I'm at right now. And so affirmations was really a big thing for me on my vision board. Have affirmations, quotes, something new that I've never done before, but I was really inspired, in my search for, what images I was going to put in. And really, my whole mantra of creating my vision board for this go around was I'm designing my life, and that to me I was freaking mind blown. And so it gave me the fuel to just keep going, and I was just in the zone. So affirmations, quotes, and then the last one was really divided it up: work and just really wanting to love my job and just whatever I did, I wanted to do something that was really fulfilling. And then of course my personal, my personal life. What do I want? I want abundance. I want to travel with my boo, travel with my friends, travel with my family. And what I wanted for my personal life, I want to be healthy. I want to live a healthier lifestyle, etc. So those I think were the three really Areas that I focused on was affirmations, quotes, and just personal and work. So that is it in a nutshell.
I
So
think
I would.
I
Oh,
think
go ahead.
just real quick on a side note that Jasmine has mentioned something too. That she's talked about possibly making a personal vision board and like a work vision board too. So, that might be something I do later because I really feel like mine was more of a work per se, but I would like a personal one as well. So, there's really no like right or wrong. Last year she kept hers focused on one thing, and last year mine was all over the board. Hers this year it still is focused, but on certain areas. But mine is like super hyper focused on one thing. But you can like hyper focus on one thing personal, hyper focus on one thing that's business, So I think that's like what she's touching on too is like it doesn't have there's no cookie cutter vision board. It's your vision. What do you want? What do you want in this life?
Yeah, and I think the last thing to hit on is put it in a place.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
hide it in a closet. Okay, well maybe hide it in a closet when you're
When your
dating your
boo thing
boyfriend
is coming over.
right, when you're dating your boo thing for 2 months and you
No,
want to
don't.
yeah.
Don't do that.
Okay.
If you want
Well,
love and you have a boo thing coming over, you tell him I want mother trucking love. And if he ain't about it, then he's just he's a bitch ass boo thing. The truth.
You just dropped some knowledge. Thank you for that. No,
Again, that's from Cat Williams. Thank you. He's the one.
Oh.
He's the one who's like, if you're dating, blah blah blah, then he must be a bitch at he goes on this spiel. That's right. Thank you, Cat. Thank you.
If you're listening, we'd love to have you on the show.
We'll tag you again. Don't you worry. Oh my God, real quick. You forgot to mention the most important thing on any vision board of anything. You must have the queen.
Right? Jenny from the block.
Yes.
J Lo.
Jasmine goes, is it even a vision if Jennifer Lopez isn't on your vision board? I'm like, you're right. I got to go find a picture of her now because.
I know. Seriously. Because she's
a bad bitch.
Right. So important things to remember is no right or wrong.
Yes.
Secondly, I would say put it in an area where you see it every single day.
Yes.
Every single day. Don't put it if it's above your bed, if it's in your office, if it's in your bathroom, wherever it is.
Make one on your phone if you don't want to put a poster up on your wall. Like make one on your phone. There's no right or wrong.
Right. So we'll be posting our vision boards here shortly on Instagram, and Shelly's all out of wine and she cannot cheers me.
No, I have like a babe. That's why I was like, it's not even a good cheers.
I know, it's all watered down. Ice cubes and like your backwash.
Don't you worry. I will suck all the wine off all these ice cubes. Don't you worry.
That's what she said.
Ayo.
All right. Hey, are we better when we have a couple drinks? We're funnier, I think, huh?
Or we just think we're funny, and other people.
Okay. Well, shit.
Man, if they'd have heard some of the ones that we didn't post, they'd be like, that song where it's like,
oh yeah, I know. So we keep it to a minimum. We've learned. We've
better.
Paced ourselves. Yeah, but guys, we encourage you. It doesn't matter if it's March, if it's September, if it's July.
July.
I knew she was gonna talk shit. But whatever month it is, don't give up. You do you, and really hone in on what you want, because really you can design your life, and I am living proof of it. You are a badass. So whatever you do, whatever you want to bring into your beautiful life, you can have it. So we highly encourage you to create a vision board
or a vision board. It doesn't matter.
whatever you want to call it. But we'll be sharing ours on our Instagram.
We'd love to see yours. So feel free to send us some of yours. Feel free to tell us what your vision is for the day. So, or not the day. Tell us what or the day. Who cares? Tell us what your vision is for the year. We'd love to see yours. Comment on ours. Y'all have any suggestions? We'd love it. Same thing. Screenshot these podcasts, tag us. Make sure to like and review them too. So it kind of gives us a heads up on what you guys want to hear. And we really look forward to talking to you guys again.
All right. With that, we will leave you with the traditional cheers. Cheers, everybody. Oh, good thinking. Oh my God, I was like cheersing the camera. Ready,
Twinkies.
Go.
Hey.
Oh, wait. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Hey. Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Adios.
Thank you once again for tuning in with us on the Middle Child Podcast. Hope that you've been inspired in some way to continue to pursue your every dream and desire. And if nothing else, we hope that it was entertaining and brought a smile to your face. We look forward to hearing from you all, so make sure to screenshot this podcast and tag us to let us know what you think. We know that the universe is there for you, and so are we. Now take your badass self out there and show them what you're made of.